May I approach?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Merchant, I've handed you a copy of pre-marked plaintiff's exhibit number 24. Can you recognize it?
Yes, this is my record of time, description of work performed. It's a Word document that I kept with an outline of my time that I had to spend on this litigation.
Okay, is this a true and accurate copy of the time record that you prepared in the case?
Yes.
Are all the time entries listed on this document for the civil action case number 24CV001325?
Yes, and the open records that before the action number came about.
Okay, can you tell the court how you prepared this document?
Yeah, I just keep keep track as I'm going. Keep an open Word document. I really was trained. I used to do work for the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals as an appointed lawyer, and this is how they like them to be done. They like their times kept like this. I used to have a judge who appointed me fun cases, and so I had to learn how to keep my time for that. And so we keep them in increments, time increments, 0.10, a tenth of an hour increments, and so it's just tracking what I did on the case.
Okay, what is, before I ask you that, Your Honor, at this time, plaintiff would move into evidence plaintiff's exhibit number 24.
Mr. Bowman?
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit 24 is admitted.
Ms. Merchant, can you tell the court the total number of fees and hours that you had in this case prior to today?
So this document is as of September 30th. I had 78 hours, 78.7 hours, and then attorney's fees. So attorney's fees, to be fair to the county, definitely significantly reduced my normal average rate and looked more towards what the Attorney General pays for this type of litigation. And so my total attorney's fees as of September 30th were $23,610.
Okay, can you tell the court how you arrived at the $300 figure based on your review of the Attorney General's website?
Yes, so I went to the Attorney General's website. There's a couple entities that hire outside counsel to do work in civil cases, and one of them is the Attorney General. They publish every single year. They publish, they're very transparent with their rates that they pay lawyers, and they're very transparent with how much money these lawyers bill. So they actually publish it online. You don't even have to do an open records request. You can just go online and click it, and it shows it. And so I reviewed all of those, and lawyers that have been practicing approximately the same amount of time that I've been practicing, I used those rates.
How would your private rate for your services be different if you had not used the Attorney General's website?
Oh, it would be far higher than $300 an hour. I mean, I've been practicing 21 years and, do highly specialized work. I mean, I would charge at least $600 an hour.
Government approach?
Yes.
I'm showing you what I previously marked as plaintiff's exhibit 29. You recognize it?
Yes.
Mr. Merchant, I can't hear you.
He showed me what is marked as plaintiff's exhibit 29. It is an affidavit that I prepared that has a very brief outline of my past work and sorry.
Is it a true and accurate copy of the affidavit you yourself prepared?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Your Honor, at this time, plaintiff will move into evidence. Plaintiff's exhibit number 29.
29?
Yes.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Exhibit 29 is admitted. And did you say it's like a CV or a?
Affidavit.
Okay, an affidavit. Thank you.
So, Ms. Merchant, can you explain to the court a little bit more about your experience as a lawyer?
Sure. So I went to the University of Florida, Levin College of Law. I graduated in 2003. I came to Atlanta and I worked at the Southern Center for Human Rights. I actually did some civil litigation with them, and I did death penalty defense work in Georgia and Alabama. Prior to coming to Atlanta, I worked for a criminal defense lawyer in Florida. And then when I moved to Atlanta, I worked at the Southern Center. When I was admitted to the bar here, I was sworn in June of 2004 in this courthouse. Judge Baxter swore me in, and I worked at the Metro Conflict Defender at the time. That was prior to the Indigent Defense Act, so the Metro Conflict Defender actually had the contract for state court work. So I was a public defender downstairs in state court here, and then I left that job to take a job at the Office of the Public Defender, which had the felony contract. So I moved to do felonies, and I was in the complex trial division at the public defender here when it was Vernon Pitts, and then I moved to the appellate division. And then I left that, I had my first daughter, and left the public defender to open my own law firm. I first opened it, I had two. I had one in Buckhead, and I was in office with some other lawyers, and then I had an office in Cobb County. And I have been, since 2008, I've been in private practice. 95%, I would say, is criminal defense litigation. 5% is civil. It's usually things like this where I have to get involved somehow, or my expertise as a criminal litigator somehow comes in handy.
So can you tell the court a little bit about whether you've been recognized in your field of practice?
Yes, I have. I've received a number of honors. I am the current, like I mentioned earlier, I'm the current president of the Georgia Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, which is kind of a long track. So I've been on the executive board for 5 years. I've been a super lawyer for over a decade. I'm old enough to be super lawyer, not rising star. But before I was 40, I was a rising star. I have received on the Rise Award from the Daily Report, received a year ago an honor from the Southern Center for Human Rights with you about our work in a civil action case that we had, a very large plaintiff's case, doing public interest type work, but have definitely received the Cobb Bar Award for Champion of Justice, received Gachtel's Award for Champion of Justice. So I've been very blessed.
And the work you performed in this case, can you explain to the court how you and I divided up the labor in the case?
Oh, yeah, that's easy. I do the facts. So John does all the civil stuff, and I do mostly the facts. So anytime there were like a factual basis that needed to be written, that would be my job, determining all the facts and keeping records of all the facts and keeping all the documents clear. The actual, the legal drafting we would do together to a certain extent, but you would do the primary legal drafting, and then I would just assist in it.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
Merchant, I'm handing you what I previously marked as plaintiff's exhibit number 23. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
Mr. Merchant, I can't hear you when you're walking back to this podium.
I asked her, I'm handing you what I previously marked as plaintiff's exhibit number 23. Do you recognize it? And she said yes.
Yes.
What is it?
This is our expenses. The first couple pages are input into a program we use called Clio, and then it's all receipts from all of our expenses in this case.
Is it a true and accurate copy of our expense report for this case?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, plaintiff would move into evidence plaintiff's exhibit number 23.
Mr. Bowman,
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit 23 is admitted.
Can you tell the court what our total expenses in this case are prior to today?
$1,339.23.
And to be clear, are you the one that put the entries in the document?
No, my paralegal did.
Have we had discussions with Ms. Bergdorf about that?
Yes, we have.
And you're clear from that document that these all relate to this particular case?
Yes, I am.
Ms. Merchant, when you sent all of the requests, whether it be to the county, to the DA's office, in any shape or form, did you do so in good faith?
Yes.
Okay. And when you and I filed this complaint, did you do so in good faith?
Yes.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.